everyone. Hello, my dear sweet little chickadees. This is Cole from Smudge Wellness, your resident astrologer, and I am bringing you your monthly horoscope for the month of October. And this month, the theme for Smudge Wellness is, say it with me, intuition. So we are going to digest all of the amazing transits that are coming up and how they'll apply to you, your sign, and then also to the theme of intuition. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Now, additional context on all of the transits, they're done with Eastern Standard Time in mind, because that's where I live, so that's how it's happening for me. But I'm going to drop in the timestamp as well, too, of the exact time that these transits will be happening, so you can just do a little bit of calculation to understand when it's going to happen for your time zone. Now, on October 6th, the first transit I want to talk about is the new moon, which is going to be happening in... Ooh, Ham, you are messing up my tripod. The new moon, which is going to be happening in Libra. This is an incredible new moon because it has this really nice context of new beginnings, new chapters, especially as it pertains to relationships, right? In the context of our relationships, but also too, the context of our own emotional balance, because right at the beginning of this month is when the new moon happens, and as we trickle down throughout the rest of the month, we're going to be experiencing a lot of the retrogrades ending and planets going direct, which is a really nice chapter of saying, okay, how can we start manifesting all of the realizations that we've experienced over the past couple of months? And how can we start manifesting all of these things that we're understanding, okay, this is what's going to give me more balance and give me a better understanding and context of how to manifest the best self I can be and be the most balanced self I can for all of my relationships. So that's what's exciting about this new moon on the 6th. And also on the 6th, we have Pluto going direct. This big powerhouse of transformation is going to stop being retrograde and start going direct, which means we can really start to transform ourselves, right? It's happening on the same day as the new moon. We can start transforming ourselves through all of this amazing sense of realization that we've experienced, right? And say, okay, now is this time where I can say, this is the next chapter, right? This is the next transformative self that I want to be and I want to become. So let's start manifesting that self for ourselves once Pluto goes direct. Then on October 7th, Venus is going to move into Sagittarius. This is so fun and flirty and quirky and cute and adventurous. What I love about this transit in particular is that it happens right after the new moon, which that means good time for relationships, right? Great time to put yourself out there, start exploring, start adventuring, maybe even to go on a date with a person who you might not have thought being a possibility for yourself, right? Take those risks, be adventurous, tap into all of that very, very just exciting, right? Free-spirited Sagittarius energy that is going to come with this transit starting on the 7th. On October 10th, Saturn is going to go direct, no longer in Saturn retrograde. But what I love about this is because Saturn's the workhorse planet, right? It's the task maker. It is all about our structures, routines, our sense of diligence, and also to our restraint. But what I like about it is that all of that reflective energy of like, okay, how am I going to grow up? Right? What are those growing up things that I need to start doing? We can start making an action plan for them, right? And start really going after those changes because we've been realizing all of this energy since Saturn went retrograde in May. And now that it's out of retrograde in October 10th, now we can start saying, okay, let's close off the year strong and get out all of that energy that we need to get out in order to be the best version of ourselves that we can and to grow up in the way that the universe is asking us to. Then on October 18th, we have two planets going direct. The first one is going to be Jupiter. Jupiter is going to go direct, which I love this because now all of those missed opportunities that we started having come to the surface where we're like, Jupiter, it's all about expansion, growth, opportunities, retrograde, right? That Jupiter reflection saying, what did I miss? Now we can say, wait, okay, good luck is back on my side. Now I can start taking that calculated risk and go after those opportunities that I might have missed. And then the other one is the doozy that we all love. Mercury is going to go direct. We are done with Mercury retrograde starting on the 18th with this so iconic. But what I like about this as well too is it's just this new chapter. It's this new phase. Mercury retrograde provides so much learning, so much context, and so much understanding about our relationships, right? And the type of balance and harmony that we need in our relationships. So now we can say, hello, this came to the surface during Mercury retrograde. Now I can go after it, and now I can articulate it better, and now I can be a better manifestation of myself for everyone in my life. On October 20th is the full moon in Aries, a full blood moon. Now we know that full moons are all about that culmination point, right? That release point that's saying, I made it, achievement, yes! yes, work. Everything that we manifested in the new moon should now be actualized. But it's also in the sign of Aries, and Aries is all about new beginnings, but it's also the ram, right? That beast that just loves to just ram forward without being stopped. So how can we use this full moon energy in Aries? We can look at it through the context of saying, let me really go after my passions and really go after my desires and let go of all of those things that might be holding me back, right? I mean, we know that we had all that emotional release with the Pisces full moon during Virgo season, but now it's got this tone of, okay, hello, let me have this sort of physical blockade get out of my way, right? And now I'm going to go after it, and I'm not allowed people to stop me. And then on the 23rd of October at 12:51 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, okay? This is one of the ones where it gets, was it actually the 22nd or is it the 23rd? 12:51 in the morning Eastern Standard Time, the sun moves in to Scorpio. Scorpio season is happening. It is a vibing. We are finally going to be in spooky season, as I like to call it, right? You know, Halloween's on the precipice. I love Scorpio season. I'm a Gemini. I have a soft spot for Scorpios. I know we don't get along with each other, but that's why I love them. We're going to feel this passion. We're going to feel this intensity. We're going to feel the taboo and the occult and all of those ooky spooky, lovely things that we love just to have bubble up to the surface. Watch your sense of suspicion, which it might rise to the surface, right? Being a little bit more reclusive because of this transit as well, too. But tap mostly into that passionate side that we know and love Scorpios for. And the last transit I want to talk about is Mars moving into Scorpio on the 30th. I mean, hello? Right before Halloween, too. Mars in Scorpio. Mars, the get shit done planet. Actions, aggressions, passions, desires. Right before Halloween, mama, I love this. I love this because it allows us to really say, you know what? The year's almost over. Why am I allowing myself not to do what I want to do, right? Why am I holding myself back? Why am I not unapologetically, right, and authentically and rawly just saying, I want this, I'm going to make it happen, right? Listen to my intuition, listen to my desires, and listen to my passions, and just go after them. Thank you very much. So that's why I'm really excited for Mars and Scorpio on the 30th. Now, when we think about all of these transits in tandem to the concept of intuition, right? The Smudge Wellness theme, a lot of retrograde planets are going direct. And a lot of retrograde planets give us the opportunity to reflect, right? Oh, reflection, and then we go direct, all of that jazz. It rhymed for a second and then I lost it. But what's really nice about this opportunity that's going to present itself to us in October is saying, okay, intuitively over the past couple of months, I've been feeling this, right? I've been inclined towards believing this. And if it's still lingering throughout October, right? And once we get to the middle of October, when all those planets are now direct and no longer retrograde, we can say, shit, all right, now I know this is what the universe was telling me. This is where the universe wants me to go. And this is how I'm going to go after it and make it happen. So that's what I like about it, is it's about trusting your intuition on all the things that have just been reflectively coming to the surface during all of this retrograde season, as now we get into this direct season as we close off the year. All right, chickadees, now let's do a sign-by-sign breakdown. I do have my little notebook here, so if I look down, please forgive me. I just want to make sure that I got everything written down that I want to say. First thing I want to talk about is Aries. Aries thinking about this month as an achievement month, right? Going after our goals, going after our aspirations, really, really making things happen because of that full moon in your sign, but also to being open to new relationships because the new moon is going to happen in your 7th house, the house of relationships and partnerships. And then Tauruses, the big thing I want you to think about is releasing the past life, right? Releasing all of those past tensions. Full moon happening in your 12th house, the house of the privatized self, the house of spirituality, and the house of intuition. So really saying, I'm at this culmination point where I can accept what has happened to me, and now I can keep walking forward. You know, baby bird being pushed by the mama bird off the cliff, spread your wings and fly. Open up yourself to this new chapter. Geminis, the new moon is happening in your 5th house, house of creativity and expression. So I think October should be a time for you to really, really tap into your hobbies, right? Really, really tap into those manifestations of the imagination, right? That's what I say that creativity is. It's that moment of saying, this is what is bouncing around my mind, and now I'm going to put it on paper, right? Quite literally take the pen and put it to paper. And then we got Cancers as well too, right? Cancers, we got a lot of good energy happening in your 4th house and then also to your 6th house. So thinking about the sense of routine at the home, the sense of structure and safety at the home, making sure that, you just clean up your space, you do a little bit of tidying, all of that good jazz, but also too, welcome people in, because Venus, when it moves into Sagittarius, is going to be hanging out in your 6th house, the house of home. So really allow yourself to be open, amiable, all of that good stuff, and just share your love of the home with others. Leos, the new and the full moons are going to be happening in your 3rd and then your 9th houses. So this month is all about learning, right? Pushing yourself to increase your intellect, right? Engaging with people that might push you to think more, think differently, possibly starting a new intellectual project, maybe thinking about going to grad school, something of the like, who knows, or going back to education, picking up a hobby that's going to stimulate your mind. And Virgos, this is a fantastic month for finances for you, right? The new moon's going to be happening in your 2nd house. The full moon's going to be happening in your 8th house. So for you in particular, it's really about saying, hello, how am I manifesting the coin that I want, right? So for you, you have this really good opportunity to say, this is what I want to have happen in my life, right? These are the types of things financially that I want to see happen, and then put it to paper, right? Quite literally put the pen again to the paper and say, this is where we're going. Libras, the new moon is happening in your sign this month, and Mercury retrograde is happening, and it's going to be leaving in your sign still this month. So what does this mean? New beginnings, new chapters, new opportunities, new manifestations of the self. Are you becoming who you want to be, right? Are you on the path that feels authentic and genuine for you? And then we also too have Scorpios, similar tone to Tauruses, right? Thinking about that release point, right? Those new beginnings, those new chapters, closing the door on something from the past and opening up a new one and saying, would you look at that? That's what's been holding me back. And that's how I'm going to get to the future. So thinking about that context as well too, Scorpios. Sagittarius is love. Love, love, love. Not just you, because I love you, but also too the concept of love. Venus is moving into your sign this month. So it really is about hello, are you flirting? I mean, I know you are, right? Are you going out to the club, getting a little drink, getting a little flirt on, having someone buy you a drink, but also too, taking it that extra level, right? Maybe making new commitments, right? And new sort of, serious aspirations towards finding love. Capricorns, for you, this is all about new beginnings as it pertains to the career. New moon happening in your 10th house, house of the career, social reputation. So are you manifesting the career that you want, right? The new year is coming up. And this is a great time to say, okay, what do I want to manifest that I could potentially see happen, right? Over the end of this year, right? Getting to end of year reviews, all of that jazz, so that in the new year, I am set up perfectly to have the career that I want to have happen, right? And have the success year that I want to have happen. Aquariuses, this is a great month for friendships, right? Just engaging with friends, socializing with people, learning from new people as well too, because you've got some good energy in your 11th house, but then also too some really, really nice energy in your 3rd and 9th houses as well too. So it's not only about socializing people, but it's about learning through those socializations. And Pisces, for you, it is also a fantastic month for finances. Full moon, new moon in your 8th house and your 2nd houses, but the new moon is in your 8th house. So really thinking about, okay, what is that thing that I have to let go that might be stifling me, right? Financially, that might be limiting me. Could be something through the influence of like inherited type things, right? Learned traditions, all that good stuff. Because the full moon in the 2nd house really is about finding that culmination point of like, this is the financial state that I wanted to be in. And with that, my dear sweet little chickadees, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening in on your monthly horoscope for the month of October. For more content on astrology, tarot, wellness, spirituality, all of that good stuff, make sure to check us out, Smudge Wellness, on Instagram, on YouTube, and then also to check out our blog, The Dirt. Sending you guys all so much love and have a fantastic October.